Hi, welcome to a unique podcast by Awakenanda. Episode 8: The Origin of the Concept of Seven Continents. We all grew up learning that the earth consists of 7 continents. We learned those names by heart during school. We spit them out in the exams. But did we ever ask or even wonder why only 7? A Google search will tell you that the concept of 7 continents was not standardized until European explorers and cartographers began mapping the world during the age of exploration, which happened between the 15th and 19th century, and that there is no strict definition or criteria for a continent. Now, a continent could be a single landmass like North and South America or Australia, or a contiguous landmass like Asia or Europe. So the question remains, why 7? Vishnu Purana Chapter 2, verse 1 describes how at first the earth was divided. You will remember from episodes 5 and 7 of this podcast that Svayambhuva Manu was the human progenitor or the specimen belonging to the first genetic haplogroup that evolved from primitive man. He had a son called Priyavrata who ruled all of earth for a long time. Priyavrata divided the earth into dwipas or 7 dwipas. The word dwipa is popularly translated as island, but it describes a landmass with water on 2 sides. Dvi means 2, apa means water. The 7 dwipas as divided by Priyavrata were named as Jambu, Plaksha, Salmali, Kusha, Krouncha, Shaka and Pushkara. The Markandeya Purana, while describing the evolution of earth, implies that originally all landmass was a unified structure, and at some later period it was divided or rifted into several segments called dwipas. This concept of a unified landmass matches with the concept of Pangaea and the theory of continental drift propounded by the German geologist Alfred Wegener only in 1912. The Padma Purana, chapter 4, and the Matsya Purana, chapters 122 to 123, mention the name of the continents in the following order: Jambu, Shaka, Kusha, Krouncha, Salmali, Gomeda. This is in place of Plaksha, and Pushkara. As you can see, the names remain the same, except that in place of Plaksha, the name is Gomeda. These 7 dwipas are so arranged that the central one, called the Jambu Dwipa, is surrounded by an ocean of salt water. Some of you would be aware that the current India and the erstwhile Bharata are part of Jambu Dwipa, which is why when we recite the Sankalpa mantra, we recite it as Jambu Dwipe, Bharatakande, Bharatavarshe, and so on. Modern scholars usually treat these continents as merely mythological. The 7 Puranic names are not an exact match to the 7 continents that are widely accepted today. However, it is worth noting how the Western world retained the concept of 7 continents for no apparent reason. Various Puranas have detailed descriptions of the geography of each dwipa, the mountains, their rivers, and so on. But that's a topic for another episode. If you liked what you just heard, please hit the follow button. I am Awakenanda, just another average Bharatiya who finally woke up.